Welcome back to the Skate a Day Challenge, besties. We made it through our first week. We made it through a whole 7 days. So take a minute, give yourselves a round of applause and a pat on the back because you made it through pretty much the most boring of all the skate stuff that we're going to do for this month. We still have a few more boring things to go through, so before we put our skates on, I want to show you a couple of practice moves that we can do off our skates so that we can practice at home or maybe on a day where we don't have very good weather and things like that. If you're new here, hi, I'm Shishi, aka Bloom, aka your new skate bestie, here to show you all the tips and tricks to get you rolling and comfortable on your roller skates. And today, before we put on our skates, we are going to do some balance drills. This is a great way to get an idea of what your body is doing and what you're feeling before you even put your skates on. That way you know how to apply and adjust your body so that you can balance in your skates. So I like to start with some 1-foot balance. I do this all the time, whether I'm in the kitchen or just in the bathroom, walking around in the store, grocery shopping. I just literally pick up a foot and I try to hold it. The best thing to do when you're in this position is to try to engage your core and keep it nice and tight so that your feet and your body won't move. If you feel like you're doing all of this and a lot of this and all of that, like the counterbalance, it's going to be really hard to fight and pull yourself back to this position. So try to have relaxed knees, just like you would if you had your skates on. Relaxed knees and hold your body position as long as you can and as still as you can. If you feel like something's off and you're a little too wobbly, try to figure out what part of your body is not aligned so that you can straighten back up. I highly recommend doing this drill in front of a mirror so that you can see what your body is doing and if it's aligned right or if it's a little wonky. So it's very important to study and pay attention to what you're doing and really think about what your body is doing and how to get it to do what you want it to do. So always practice this. You can never go wrong practicing your balance and practicing holding your body upright and tight. Since we just talked about 1-foot balance off of our skates, I want to keep the ball rolling with that same concept. We are going to talk about 1-foot balance now on our skates. Before we move on, pro tip, if you are not comfortable with the 1-foot balance yet, meaning you are not ready to take one foot off the ground and have the other foot on the ground, then go back to week 1 of the Skate a Day Challenge and keep practicing those fundamentals before you move on. Next tip, if you're not ready to work on 1-foot balance moving on a smooth surface, I always recommend practicing in grass or on carpet. Go ahead and practice that. The number one thing that I see most of the time when we start to practice the 1-foot balance, we can't hold our foot up or we haven't figured out how to keep our foot from hitting the ground. I was the same way when I started too. I was taught that keeping your free leg from hitting the ground had to do with where you align your hips. When you lift up to hold your foot up, you have to pick your hip up so that you can keep your balance. It's really windy out here, skate besties. I hope that my microphone is not affected by all the wind and you're not getting a whole lot of feedback on your end. Sorry if you are. If you haven't already, make sure you jump over to my YouTube and subscribe there. We go into detail about all of the stuff we're doing in the Skate a Day Challenge, so I don't want you to miss any of the details, especially if you have some questions. They might be able to be answered over there. So hop over there, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and then jump back over here and let's keep going with this challenge. See you on the skate floor, besties.